for them. And I think one thing we do have to think about is, in some cases, retaliation. That's a big concern for me because we know how that can be on the inside.
Because a lot of times we can't fight for ourselves. You fight for yourself, you speak up, you're going to find yourself in the hole. You're going to find yourself in some other lonely place, either further up north. If you're from down south, they would transfer you to places further away from home. You will find yourself being limited on resources where you can't communicate. So it's hard for us to speak up, and we have, especially when you're inside, you see it happen over and over again, and you get discouraged.
And then there's a campaign of misinformation, both from individuals coming off the street that are recently locked up, but then also from the COs themselves, corrections officers themselves.
Family members to support their loved one that's in prison. A lot of times there's this propensity for individuals to not either want to believe them, to say, no, that's not happening, or to want to put the DOC at this level, saying they're professional, this is what they're doing, and I can't believe that they're doing that. But the reality is that there's some messed up things happening behind the walls and behind these fences, and it is necessary that, one, family members out here support their loved ones inside and then get their stories.
I know right now there's a lot of high tension at Jackson Correctional Institution where fights have been breaking out, and we know that people are on edge. They're stressed out.
So you have a person in a cell where the situation is horrible already. You're on lockdown. You're deprived of everything in the moment, and you're already concerned for your welfare and for the welfare of other people that you care about, including within the facility, institution. But then you have misinformation coming at you as well. So then you can imagine what the anxiety is.
So we need the support. We need it.
So first, I always emphasize that it's so important for them to be able to take care of themselves. Keep a routine in place spiritually, mentally, and physically through this as well. But don't be afraid to share what you see and what you know is happening, because we are gathering that information.
And we're also asking folks to continue to put pressure on the governor by calling him, by posting videos. If you have a loved one who is currently incarcerated, share their story. Record a 30 or 60-second video, saying your loved one's name and how they are being impacted within the Department of Corrections here in the state of Wisconsin.
We need to get this out there more and more. We need to get more attention. We really need to get this in the governor's face. We need to get this in Kevin Carr's face as much as we possibly can. I spoke to a journalist myself and got my loved one's, name in an article as well. I mean, we need to do this.
Get their stories. There are a lot of different groups that are on Facebook, Twitter, and other places where there are loved ones that are grouped together and they're telling their story. They are getting a story of a loved one in prison that's going through certain things, and they share that.
And so please, if you have anybody that you're in conversation with and you want to share pieces of information to us that are being shared with you, contact any one of us at the ACLU.
So once you decide to stop showing support for your loved one in prison, a lot of times they get discouraged. They feel like they're alone, they're lonely, and at that point, why fight?
And anxiety inside a cell on lockdown is different than any other anxiety on this earth. I'm service connected for PTSD after my 2 Iraq tours, and that's when I started my incarceration. And I did, for me, a significant amount of time in segregation. So I know what that anxiety is about from PTSD, and then also from just being concerned about your own welfare. Well, now add on top of it this COVID-19 and some real factual data coming from your loved one who you can trust, and showing that there is hope right now. That's something that will help immensely.